What's up, you guys? It's In the Street with Tina B.
And Mr. Outley. What up, Joe?
You know how we do it. Every Tuesday from 6 to 8 right here at StatusNetwork.net.
Please believe it. Shout out to Global Television.
For real.
I had to say it like that.
Yeah, I see.
I know. I said it with aggression.
Make sure y'all download the app too, StatusNetwork.net. And you get to see us. You get to see us live.
Live.
On Instagram.
On Instagram.
And Facebook.
And Facebook.
Just everywhere.
YouTube too?
YouTube.
Too. So that means we air well. Not everywhere.
But
air
well. You ain't got time to put
on Twitter.
Twitter? We on Twitter? The president can see us on Twitter because he loves Twitter.
Let me tell you, ain't no place they can't see us, Tina B. We in the streets.
That's what's up. Oh, Periscope too? That's where it all started.
Snapchat too?
No. Oh, okay. Yeah, you know what? You got to get carried away. You know
I'm just trying to cover all the bases.
Let me give a big shout out. It's a birthday for Miss Carla M. Jordan out there, one of my models at TLA. So a big shout out to her. Her birthday is today, and she will be celebrating on tomorrow night at the Tavern on Camp Creek. The Virgos will be doing their thing out there. They actually won the cover of Bold Ageless magazine.
They did.
And so I will be releasing the cover tomorrow.
Shout out to the Virgos.
Shout out to the Virgos that won that. So they excited about that, I'm sure.
That was a hot shoot too.
It was. The magazine is so dope. It's so nice. Shout out to Lenita Mitchell Blackwell, who helped me get started doing my own magazine called Bold Ageless Beauty, which everybody in it is 40 and over. And this is like the 13th issue. Why? I forgot. I don't know if it's 12 or 13, but still, that many issues.
Bold Ageless. And guess what, though?
What?
You ain't know. It just so happens that I will be in it for a consecutive issue. The last issue, I was one of the men on the cover. It looks like now, it seems like I'm a regular contributor. So
yeah, with your poetic
state
of mind.
A little bit, a little something.
Poetic. Hey, you see that picture right there? Oh. I am on the cover of the magazine in North Carolina. Yes, thank you, Miss Tangi. She put me on the cover of that magazine. I think you got poetry in that as well, right?
It just so happens I am in that magazine as well. Shout out to Pain to Purpose. I love that title.
Yeah, Pain to Purpose. Actually, that's the show that I'm doing on November 10th with Savage Clothing. It's called Pain to Purpose Fashion Show. So everybody love that name. That's a really good title. That's really popping right now. Pain to Purpose.
Savage Fashion Show.
November 10th.
I need to talk to somebody at Savage so I can get a T-shirt so I can, show it on here. I know you have one.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Savage, if you are watching this, your boy need a T-shirt.
Get him a T-shirt.
I like T-shirts.
We both like T-shirts. If you need T-shirts, hook us up. I'm just saying, we love T-shirts. But if you see the flyers behind us, you can also advertise with us, and you want to brand your company. So all these people that's behind us are branding themselves. We appreciate you guys being a part and supporting our show from 6 to 8. They run the whole 2 hours. They got a chef call from Miss Wendy. She's doing a chef call for tasty parties, so make sure y'all reach out to her. I Am Flavor. TLA will be there October 26th through the 28th. Big 10-year show for her. Miss Keisha Rivers doing her thing down there. Like I said, this place here do Chicago style stepping every Friday.
Where is that at?
Lunchtime from like 11 to 3.
At lunchtime. So you mean tell me you go eat, get sweaty, and then go back to work?
I mean, why work? Who works on Friday? I'm just saying.
Says the person who off day
Just
is Friday.
Friday.
You know what? The level of pettiness is unreal right now.
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody
But
that work 5 days.
I
a week.
need to go learn how to step. I always wanted to learn how to do it. I think that's a very sexy dance.
It is. They Chicago step, but I'm from the D. What up, though? We do a little something different, but it's all good, though.
What y'all do?
We call it ballrooming. They call it,
That's true.
stepping.
That's
but
true.
it's still a variation of the two. So.
Yeah, it's still good. Evening of the Stars Blues Festival. Y'all go check that out. I think it's September.
September 29th.
September
Wolf Creek?
29th in Wolf Creek. Yeah, so that's awesome. This is a leather lace masquerade ball. Is going down October 28th, and some of my ladies will be walking in that show with Miss Veedings. So that should be awesome. Open casting call coming up. It's a lot of things coming up. A lot of we're gonna be in the street a lot.
We are. I think we're doing media for something coming up, I believe.
Yeah, the 7th, I think it is.
The 7th of
And Nancy
October.
Pizza, yep.
Yes.
Rep Your Act is coming up November 3rd, so make sure y'all check that out. They're having a mixer coming up October 21st. So that should be September 21st. No, it's October 21st.
October
yes.
21st.
Mm-hmm. And they have a mixer coming up at Nancy's Pizza. Mm-hmm. So Nancy Pizza is awesome with having events. And it's
I've noticed
on the one in Midtown.
It'd be popping in there, too.
Yeah.
That whole little area over there. Shout out to Nancy's Pizza.
And if you're eating at Nancy's Pizza, they have free parking in the back. So
It was something that we didn't mention. I feel so bad because we haven't mentioned it yet. If y'all do not know, Status Network is having a launching party on September 30th. Shout out to Status Network.
Yes, September 30th.
September 30th.
30th, yeah, from 3 to 7 all day. So don't act like, well, I don't get out to. Nope, come after work. 3 to 7, we will be out there in the parking lot.
Yes, we will.
Doing the thizzle, having some cooking. I think we're going to have food and entertainment and all kind of stuff going on.
Performing.
And I'm also doing a casting call for Savage to Savage Clothing, Paint and Purpose Fashion Show. I will be casting at 3 o'clock on that day. So if you want to be in the show, make sure you come out.
So
do your walk.
So I can come out and be a model?
Yes, you can.
Really? You know what? I don't know.
You want a T-shirt and model? You just want everything today.
I want the T-shirt. You give me a T-shirt. I'm just saying.
Just want everything.
I need that.
And also, I'm having Ageless Adult Prom. It's going down December 7th, and that's going to be at Studio T in Douglasville, Georgia, 4040 Chapel Hill Road. And that's December 7th from 7 to 11 will be the Ageless Adult Prom from ages 21 and over. Did you go to your prom?
You know what? I did go to my prom, and I was the best dressed dude there. I had on white and peach.
Okay. Well, I have a best dress contest, too. So
Really?
We'll see.
You know what?
We'll see.
I'm not even going to say anything.
We have
Best
a
dressed, huh?
best dance, best dressed, and prom king and queen. So if you didn't get to go to your prom, this is the opportunity to be a part of a beautiful event. This is the 3rd annual, actually. So
Best dressed?
Best dress contest.
You know, I'm going to have to start getting my outfit ready right now.
You ready?
For real.
Man, you already know. I already ordered my dress. Okay, I'm going to order about 2 or 3 of them. I don't know which one yet. But got to get those dresses. I'm talking about prom dresses, ladies. Not after 5. I need the poof. I need somebody got to help you come in the door with it.
Really?
Got to drive 2 cars, preferably. Really? I want the prom.
So you go have a train going from here to Camp Creek? Is that
a train? And it blows. The horn blows.
You know what? See,
I'm just saying,
fellas, I better not see nobody in there with tuxedos with ruffles in their shirts. Okay?
Man, I want to.
Listen,
hey, you say best dress,
gentlemen.
That's what they need to be.
Gentlemen, I'm talking to all y'all. If you show up to this adult prom in a tuxedo with ruffled shirts, I will do the Fresh Prince on you, like Uncle Phil. We just gonna throw you out. We are not having that in 2018.
I want the Dumb and Dumber, the yellow suit, the light blue suit. I want to see it. I want to see it.
Well, I'm just that stupid.
You rock that.
You know what? I love my colors now. You never know. Anything can happen.
That's too funny. I want to see that, though. That's going to be cool, though. But December 7th, mark that date. That's going to be awesome. Ageless Adult Prom. November 3rd is Rep Your Act. November 10th, Savage to Savage Clothing. And also, something else coming up. You got something coming up October 21st? Do you know for sure yet?
I don't know for sure yet.
Okay.
But I'll hold on to that.
We'll hold on to that till we.
Well, I'm going to plug my guy Ken Warner tonight.
That's right.
At the Soul Cafe at Savoy Bar and Grill over in Savoy Bar and Grill over in Stockbridge.
Every Tuesday night.
Every Tuesday night from 8:30 to 10:30. Abyss, I believe, is the feature.
Oh yeah, it sure is.
Abyss is the feature. So shout out to Ken
Absolutely.
Warner. So if you, especially on the South Side, head on out to Savoy Bar and Grill for Soul Cafe, hosted by Ken Warner.
Yes.
I know it's some events that I am forgetting that I didn't pull up.
I know the Love Jones. The event for the Love Jones is coming up.
I'll let them talk about that.
You're going to let them talk about that? Okay.
All
right, they'll be here today. And also Lorraine, Tramel will be here talking about her book as well. So we have some great guests. And Miss Rhonda Thompson in the building. We're going to talk to her next, right after this break. And she'll talk to you more about her event that's coming up as well. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. I need you to share this video and like it and all that good stuff. Invite some people in. And listen to us in the street with Tina B.
Mr. Outley, what up, though?
We'll be right back.
FYP Production.
She fell in love with the bad guy, but she loves my intentions. Nothing feels better than the moment we're sinning, no. Nothing feels better than the moment we're kissing. I say I'll love her for forever, in the morning forget her. She was raised under money, growing up she couldn't see the poor. Save my number in her phone under me or more. Look me in my eyes and ask what I need her for. Told her in this game of life she just might keep a score. And darkness is clouding my judgment. Marijuana clouds cause the loud is so pungent. But me, I haven't touched a drug since that trait of white. I live my life before the fight like I'm Dana White. The block is hot like that boy band with Nick Lachey. Hold my heart in your hands like a Fabergé. Precious. We was young, dumb, and reckless. Living like the devil couldn't catch us. Life is death. We was visiting corpses. We should have had the wise make our decisions for us. Cause we was living life like it wouldn't cost us. But the feeling was gorgeous. Just young, dumb, and reckless. We was young, dumb, and reckless. Living young, dumb, and reckless. So young, dumb, and reckless. We was young, dumb, and reckless. Pray karma forgets us. I fell in love with the bad vibe. What a glorious day. Gather round. I think I'll tell a story time. Cry about the young, dumb, and reckless who swore they were immortal. Till the reaper came and looked them all in the face. And there's nothing to say. Peter Popoff, niggas even hustling faith. With the devil so close that you're touching the flame. Enjoying sin are one and the same. So close, so far. Do you know your heart? If the whole world's corrupt, then do you know your part? This reminds me of some kids in the park. You know, the way your boy go on monkey with bars. And I'm on with the stars. The marks tell a tale, I'm on with the scars. How would you feel if I told you that what you love is a farce? Don't let your soul travel too far because we're all in the dark. It get dark. Life is death. We was visiting corpses. We should have had the wise make our decisions for us. Cause we was living life like it wouldn't cost us. But the feeling was gorgeous. Just young, dumb, and reckless. We was young, dumb, and reckless. Living young, dumb, and reckless. So young, dumb, and reckless. We was young, dumb, and reckless. I pray karma forgets us.
If you do what is right, will you not be accepted? But if you do not do what is right, sin is crouching at your door.
Hey, it's in the street with Tina B.
And Mr. Outley, what up, though?
We are back, you guys, and we have a very special guest with us, and she's going to tell you who she is and everything that she do. Go ahead.
Hi, everybody. I'm Rhonda A. Thompson. I am the founder of Rose of Sharon, a domestic violence organization here in Atlanta. We provide supportive services to families that are fleeing domestic violence. That's what I do. And I'm an author.
Yes, you are. What's the name of your book?
Don't Spill the Tea.
That's so cute. I love that. I love that. I went to one of her tea parties before and got in the the tea hat contest, right? So I had an actual teacup on my head. It was cool.
She was close.
Yeah, I was close. I ain't win, but it was good. It was good. One girl came in with an Eiffel Tower on her head. I was like, really? That's what we doing? We gonna bring the whole tea to the tea party? Yes. But it was fun. That was cool.
Mm-hmm.
I've had the pleasure of working with Rhonda before. I did her event, Rose of Sharon, about 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And that
Sunday
was
Wind Down.
Yeah, Sunday Wind Down. That was definitely a great event. So for those who are not familiar with the Rose of Sharon, tell them exactly what the Rose of Sharon is.
So it's a domestic violence organization. Oftentimes, though, one way that we connect with the community is doing social events to bring awareness to our cause, raise money for it. So we do all kinds of events. And the event that he's speaking of I did it one time, and I said, you know what, that was the best event I did, to be honest, because it was called Sunday Wind Down. It was food, wine, poetry, fashion show. It was so amazing. Very heartfelt event. We do tea parties. We do. We actually have our annual gala coming up in October 28th, which is called Living Behind the Mask.
Right.
It's a masquerade gala. But again, it's we are 501c3. Our purpose is to not only have social events, but to bring awareness to domestic violence and let the community know that we're here and we exist.
Isn't October Domestic Violence Awareness Month?
Absolutely. National Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to make sure.
And how long you been doing this? Did you say that?
So we incorporated in 2012, so 6 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I went to the same one that you speaking of, because I think Red Storm was performing there
Yes,
at that
she
one
was.
as well, right?
I was there.
So I was there too. I was doing media. You had the girl with the letters written all over her body or whatever. So
Deanna Liz.
Yeah.
Naked Campaign.
Yeah, Naked Campaign. Yeah.
Are you going to bring that back?
We want to try to always do something different.
Okay.
But if I reached out to Deanna, of course she would do it, because she loves to bring awareness to domestic violence, mental illness, and things like that. So that's what her campaign is all about.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Now, personally, have you ever been involved in domestic violence?
Absolutely. Don't Spill the Tea is the book is one. Don't Spill the Tea: One Woman's Journey from Abuse to Abundance, which is my story of domestic violence, sexual assault, child abuse, a few suicide attempts, amongst some other things. So, absolutely.
So what advice would you give to somebody who's going through something or going through I know I have sent people to you before as well who I said may need some help, but where can people go if they don't know about you? What advice?
One of the easiest ways is to call 211 to find some resources, because I don't know every resource in Georgia. It was so in the state is so big. You might be in Hampton, Georgia, and there's resources out there. If someone is in a domestic violence situation, first make sure that you're safe enough to get out. A lot of times people tell victims to leave, but statistics show that when a victim actually leaves an abuser, that's the most deadliest time. So they have to be in a situation that's safe enough for them to leave, meaning that it's a calculated plan in order to get out, and then get out and go where? Have a place to go where he or she cannot find you, because oftentimes the abuser know where your friends and family live, and so those would not be safe places to go. Unless you have somebody on guard with a shotgun all night. Right. Chances are that's not going to happen.
Have you ever had conversations with a man that has been abused?
Absolutely. Actually, I have a rolling out interview in October, and they asked if a male victim, if I knew someone. So I do have a guy that's going to be joining me on that conversation.
My guess is men are not as quick to speak out.
Absolutely.
In that regard, what do you think is the biggest thing holding us back besides our egos and pride?
Isn't that big enough?
It could have been something.
Anything else?
That's why I was asking. The whole point of okay.
Well,
okay.
no, really, that is a man, not feeling like a man because his spouse is abusing him, and oftentimes he can take her out with one punch if he wanted to. So it's not so much that men are like afraid. Some of them are. Some more timid men are afraid, but chances are he doesn't want to hurt her. He wants the abuse to stop, and he doesn't know that it's abuse because he's a man. No, this can't be abuse. My woman ain't hitting on me. She just upset. We fighting, so it's being covered up and not really looked at. I just had a conversation with my son, who's 26, my oldest son, tonight, and we were talking about a relationship he was in before, and he was saying how the girl was hitting him. I said, girl or guy, you don't sit there and let anybody hit you. Right. You leave. And he said, well, I have, but when you're in love, you're trying to give them a chance over and over and over again. And I said, yeah, but you know what it can lead to.
Right.
So, I
just had to have that conversation with my son as well, because him and his girlfriend got into an argument, but he was right in her face. And I was like, you as a man can't be in her face like that. That's scary to a woman. You know what I mean? Because you're mad, you're in my face, you're big. So I told him, you have to, and from that can cause her to react. Sure. And stab him or punch him. You know what I mean? So it's like you never stand in a woman's face like that, because she don't know what you're going to do. And
a woman shouldn't do it to a man.
That's true.
We all have personal space that we need to respect.
Right.
And, if the situation is getting, if the situation is getting heated, we all have to have sense enough to take a step back so that we don't ignite something in somebody else.
Right.
Unfortunately, a lot of times in the heat of the moment, people's emotions are sky high, and I believe some of the times we make our worst decisions is out of emotion, especially anger. So I would hope that most people could at least try to have some restraint in that regard.
Well, I mean, then you have other components: drugs, alcohol, mental illness, loss of job, grieving a loss, just, growing up in a household where violence was normal behavior. These things are playing in an abuser's mind as well. And not one case is the same. Right. So when you're in a heated discussion and you have those other components, something's got to give, and something's going to give if one of the two don't remove themselves.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you consider that can be, take the drugs aside or alcohol aside, would you consider it to be a learned behavior? Based off something they might have seen or trauma they might have went through as a child? Is it learned behavior?
You mean domestic violence?
Yes.
Absolutely. It definitely is a learned behavior. You have three choices. You can become a victim, an abuser, or an advocate. And that's something we do at our gala. We honor overcomers of domestic violence, those who have taken something like this and have gone back to help other people get out. And we have two it's called childhood survivors, meaning they were a child and watched a parent be abused, and now they're advocates. So absolutely, it's definitely a learned behavior. You can learn which direction you want to go with it, though.
And I heard a lot of people say that with the child, they saw their mom go through it, and they either don't want to go through it or they do the same pattern of doing the same thing.
Because in the end, you still have a choice. I wouldn't blame what I saw as an excuse for that, because in the end, you still have a choice to be an advocate, a victim, or an abuser.
But it's easy to fall back on it. I think a lot of people use it as a crutch. If they do it, then be like, well, this is why. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the case in a lot of times.
And sometimes, though, people don't, that's their normal. It's been passed down generation after generation. So it's normal. Your man don't hit you, that what's wrong with y'all? So I don't know that it's necessarily an excuse. It's just like we all religiously brush our teeth in the morning. I hope you do. And, take a bath, these are things, it's a habitual behavior. So if you've grown up in it, your grandmother went through it, your mom, your aunties, uncles, and no one is saying this is wrong, what else do you know?
Right. That's
I read
true.
I read an article recently, and a woman said she didn't feel like the man loved her unless he put his hands on her. Now, as a man, I cannot understand that. Please help me understand that. I mean, it doesn't make sense, so I'm not gonna say make sense of it. But when I read that, and it was just a number of women saying the same thing in this article: if a man doesn't hit you, he doesn't love you. Now, I had looked up the dictionary of love, and I ain't see that in there.
No, you're not.
And you're not gonna see that in there. That's an old mentality from back in the day.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
That's
But I have heard women say that, like,
No.
they want to fight in order to feel loved because they know afterwards he's
Yeah.
gonna love on them
Right, because
by making up.
yeah. So I can endure the abuse because and if you look at the cycle of abuse, there's the honeymoon phase right after the abuse. So like it's textbook. You know what's coming next, and I'm gonna then feel good again.
Yeah.
And so it is just a perpetual cycle. But I've heard that term before, but that's again, I've seen mama and them stay together for 60 years. That must be love because as convoluted as it sounds, they're normal
Yeah.
in some cases. Again,
That's
remember,
true.
no case is the same.
Right.
Right.
Right. And you see people and you think, oh man, I want that relationship, but you don't know what they dealing with or what they going through to be in that 50-year
Yeah.
relationship. You know what I'm saying? So you just never know. Well, Rhonda, we really appreciate you being here.
Yeah, thank you for
You're
having me
awesome,
come.
and I love your events. I came to your masquerade event before.
The first one. Yeah.
Yes.
You had on socks.
Yes, I love my socks and heels. I did and my dress. Now I ain't on a dress.
She had on a dress.
But I love my socks and heels. Don't try to understand it. I don't care about you looking like that. None of that.
Here we go with the hands. I'm trying to figure out what is y'all grabbing in the air when y'all do that.
I'm looking for that stuff. I'm finna read you.
I saw that on the side. I want you to know that I saw that. Everybody just want to grab the air. You know what? Rhonda, please let the audience know where they can find you.
Hey, thank you. So many ways. You can go to livingbehindthemaskgala.com, livingbehindthemaskgala.com. You can go to rosatl.org or rhondaathompson.com. I'm on all social media as Rhonda A. Thompson.
Well, there you have it. Thank you so much for being on our show.
Appreciate it.
We appreciate you so much. So make sure y'all check out her gala. It's October 28th?
Yes.
October 28th. Where it's going to be this year?
Atlanta City Hall.
Oh, beautiful place. Okay, Atlanta City Hall. That's what's up. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
We'll be right back with more of In the Street with Tina B.
Mr. Outley, what up, Joe?
We'll be right back. Hi, my name is Tina B with the Lingdale Agency, TLA. It's an agency for men and women ages 40 and over. And this is your opportunity to be a part of this amazing agency. Teach runway class where we teach them different turns, how to walk, straight walk, couture walk. And I have classes once a month or every other month, depending on the venue. And it's
Kayvon Hill, and I am with TLA, Ages Beauties Over 40. What I like most about TLA is the acting part of it, that we get the opportunity to be able to get out there and be seen and be able to network with all kinds of people here in the ATL and abroad. I hope that you too will want to join TLA. Tina Bridges is the best.
I have models, I have artists, I have comedians and poets. We have a magazine called Vogue Ageless Beauty Magazine, and we also do runway, red carpet events, hosts, and so much more. So you want to be a part of this agency, email me, ababtlb@gmail.com or Instagram at TLAMGMT. And like my shirt say, we stay working. What's up, you guys? It's In the Street with Tina B.
Mr. Outley, what up, Joe?
We back.
Hey, you know what? We got some people in the studio today that I am just a little familiar with, just a little bit. He need to slide over. Okay, come on. We gonna slide over a little bit. We gonna slide over. I gotta make sure we all get in here.
Yep.
I want to introduce y'all to Bert Thomas and Sedona Quarter, but they are going to tell y'all exactly who they are individually. Sedona?
I am daughter Sedona Quarter, the illustrious commandress for Al-Karim Court, number 219.
And I am Bert Thomas, the illustrious potentate of Al-Karim Temple, number 242 of Riverdale, Georgia.
Now, for those who may not be familiar with the titles, please explain to the people at home who don't know exactly what that means. Your titles.
Either one, yeah. What does it mean? The numbers, because I see the numbers. What does that mean?
So Don, you want to go ahead and start off, ladies first?
Well, it is, so the number stands for, is our court number, like a chapter number. Familiar with chapters? So we call it a court, so it's our court number.
Okay.
And the illustrious commandress is sort of like the president.
Oh, okay.
So it's a female organization. So I'm the president, and 219 is our court number.
Got you. Do the number mean something though? I mean, like, is there a meaning behind the numbers?
Like the number means the number of courts.
So they're
How
the
many in there?
219. They're the 219.
219 courts.
Got you. Okay, that's what it means. Cool.
Right, and I am the
They said
illustrious potentate, Bert Thomas of Al-Karim Temple, 242. So we're the 242nd temple. The first temple was Pyramid Temple number 1, and we are of the ancient Egyptian Arabic order, nobles of the mystic shrine, and the commandress. And the commandress, Sedona Quarter, is a member of the imperial court, auxiliary to the ancient Egyptian Arabic order, nobles of the mystic shrine. So we're known as Shriners, they're known as daughters, and we are currently in our 8th year. We were founded, our temple, 242, was founded August 17th, 2010. We were chartered, we began in Noonan, Georgia, and 3 years ago we moved to Riverdale, Georgia. We saw more of a need in the Riverdale community. And we're a benevolent organization and charitable. And our largest charity for our organization is the National Diabetes Initiative. And our temple, Al-Karim 242, this year we gave $1,242 to the American Diabetes Initiative, American Diabetes Association of the National Diabetes Initiative. Collectively, there are 258 temples, so we're 242. 258 was just chartered in New Orleans a week and a half ago. And collectively, our 258 temples, as well as around, I believe, 236 courts, have raised over $1 million in 10 years. And we just fired up that initiative again for another 10 more years. So we're definitely dealing with the issues that definitely affect the African American community.
What other charities do you guys support outside of the National Diabetes Association? I'm asking these questions like I'm not a part of it, but I'm on the job right now. Sedona?
So for the daughters, the commandress chooses her charity of choice. And my charity of choice happens to be domestic violence, which we just talked about. Very near and dear to my heart. We also do breast cancer. Each year, like I said, each year is a different charity. Cancer, sickle cell is, different ones. Each year is a different charity that we support. Now,
they call the girls, you said, daughters?
Daughters.
So why the names?
Well, the organization itself is the ancient Egyptian Arabic order, nobles of the mystic shrine. So That's the actual official name, also known as Shriners. You see the fez here that we wear on our heads.
Yeah.
And you've seen us. We do bucket drops in the Riverdale community to raise money for our charitable endeavors. You also have seen the Shriners in the circus, ride the small cars around, and we affectionately known to each other as nobles for our noble causes that we are a part of. And the daughters are our auxiliary, part of our rib daughters.
Got you. I always seen it, but I never knew what it meant as Shriners.
Right. And one of the phenomenal part of being a Shriner is you have to be a Freemason. So we are Prince Hall Shriners. So you have to be a Prince Hall Freemason first to qualify to be a member of the Prince Hall Shriners. And good noble Harold Outley here is a member of Al Karim Temple, number 242 Shriners. He's actually also an officer in the divan.
So how do you be a Mason? I got some questions, though.
Hey,
But see, but you know what?
Rabbit hole, right?
You know what though? One of the things that we always talk about is spread knowledge, because a lot of people don't know we even exist. You know, so I'm so glad that they took the time to come up here and share with people who don't know exactly who we are. You know how many people I heard say, I ain't never seen Black Shriners before? Like, they don't know we exist. So that's the whole purpose. But to answer your question, if a gentleman wanted to be a Mason, he would just have to ask one. I can tell you
Really?
that.
Ask one to be one.
Ask one to be one. Now, I'm not sure what it is for the lady side. I'm sure Sadonna could elaborate on that.
It's the same.
Is it?
So it's Eastern Stars.
Oh, I
To
heard
be
it
one, you
Eastern
have to know
Stars.
one. To
Oh,
be
okay.
one.
To be one, you have to know one. So it's nothing that you have to go through to. I don't have to walk across town and get a cheesecake or nothing.
No.
Okay.
Absolutely. No, nobody's getting any cheesecake.
You have to do that to join the band.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. I didn't know what you had to get something, do something to get in there or whatever.
No,
So.
no.
Oh, okay. Well, that's pretty cool.
Non-hazing organization.
Right,
It's-
right,
no.
right.
That is
Just-
zero tolerance.
Zero tolerance, just about charity.
So, do the ladies wear the hats too?
Yes, they do.
You do?
Yes.
Girl, what about your hair though? Oh,
Can't worry about it.
oh,
It's
okay.
mandatory that you wear it. So.
Oh, okay. That's
Still
what's
look
up. It still look cute. Okay, so y'all got Love Jones coming up. Tell me about y'all have a lot of galas and balls. So tell me about that.
So this is our first annual joint ball.
Okay.
And when I say joint, I mean the nobles and the daughters together.
Okay.
Our court in Temple. And Love Jones is our Friday night party.
Friday night party. So the
uh,
whole event is what? What'd you call the whole event?
The joint ball.
Joint ball. Okay, got you.
So for Love Jones, it's all surrounded around movie themes.
Oh,
So Love Jones is my favorite movie.
yes, I love Love Jones.
So the Friday night party is themed Love Jones, and we'll have music, dancing, hopefully some poetry, maybe a little open mic that night, and then we'll do some other things after that.
So, how much is it to get in?
It's $20 for that party,
Do it
or the whole entire weekend for $70.
$70. Do you get food for the $20, or is somewhere to buy food in the place?
Well, it's at a hotel, it's at the Sheraton downtown, so definitely can buy food and drinks there.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool.
Now, if you attend the ball weekend, the food and drinks are included.
The whole weekend.
Yeah, for $70,
$70
you get
the whole weekend.
thing.
Oh, okay,
Food,
got you.
drink, entertainment, dancing, smiles, the whole nine.
Smile. Oh, I can buy a smile too. Hey,
It's all included.
sign me up. Yeah. So you now anybody can come to the ball. You don't have to be a Shriner.
Right, it's open to the public.
Okay.
And we actually want the public to support this event because you can actually see where the rubber meets the road with our charitable endeavors during the ball portion. It's a formal ball, but we will be making our formal presentation of money we've raised to domestic violence, her charity, and to the American Diabetes Association for the National Diabetes Initiative. Also, we will have the principal from Church Street Elementary School in Riverdale. He let us know he's going to be there. We did the Nobles, we did a career day where it was 5 of us, including Mr. Outley here. We spoke to over 940 children in 4 hours. And they kept coming in wave by wave, and they came in and they wanted to know what we did. And each profession, each one of us had our own different profession that we represented at each table. And the children came from table to table, and they could, hear about the different professions.
Oh, cool.
Mr. Outley's in IT. I'm a biostatistician, mathematics, and all. So they kind of
cool.
were like, "Oh, really? You do that? Does it make money?" Really?
When he said over 900 kids, I literally talked to over 900 kids. Yes, and they was just asking me all type of questions, but it was a beautiful event. The kids had a great time. The school was definitely appreciative, and I look forward to talking to 900 more kids.
That was good, though. I mean, that they showed interest.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because it could have been 3 there, and you'd been like, dang, no kids want to know nothing.
But the main question that they would ask,
What?
how much money you make?
Megan?
How much money do you make? Right.
Wow.
And they like 3rd grade.
Really?
How much money you make?
That's already on their minds.
Yes.
That's okay.
It has to make dollars. It has to make sense.
I guess
even
so.
at that age, right?
I guess
But it's
so.
great also to have, you had 5 black males there speaking to all of these children, and the majority of them were children of color, and for them to see us in professional positions, willing to come back and talk to them and spend time with them, I think that was very powerful.
Yeah. And I see y'all do with the ties, too. I seen them tie. I seen a
Right.
video of that one day.
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
That was actually, we've done that 3 years straight at the Imperial Session. And we did that it was two Sundays ago, 2 weeks ago, at Imperial Session. And it was about 10 nobles from Alcrim Temple. And we led all of the nobles that were involved in the country in that event. So I did a bow tying session, and we had another noble. He did a straight tie. Another one had the Windsor knot. Another one taught the children how to tie a bow tie from a straight tie, which most people don't know how to do. And we also had other nobles from around the country donate over 150 ties to this event.
Wow.
So all of the boys, it was 25 boys that were present, and from the New Orleans area and abroad. And all of those boys went home with straight ties and bow ties. And we all know how much bow ties cost a piece, about 50 a piece. So
Yeah.
that was wonderful.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So for those who are interested in buying a ticket to the ball, where can they purchase tickets at?
So we have a Facebook event page, which is Alcarim Joint Ball. The PayPal link is there, which is alcarimjointball@gmail.com. And you can contact the ticket chairpersons on the page as well. They'll reach out to you, and if you need cash, we accept Cash App.
Oh, yeah, Cash App,
and
too.
PayPal.
Can you pay that day?
We prefer that you didn't.
Really? Okay.
Right, we're trying to get an accurate count on the numbers. For the
Absolutely.
weekend.
I understand that. Absolutely. I need some lasagna.
So it's at the Sheraton Hotel. So if people wanted to, get a room that night, they can find that information on the Facebook page as well.
Yes, that's available there.
And what are the room rates?
The room rates are $109 per night. The deadline for that rate, that special rate, is today.
Oh, wow.
So please go today, since we're live now.
Yeah.
Go to our Facebook page, Alcarim Joint Ball event page, and all the information is there. And this is a downtown Sheraton on Cortland. So $109 for the rate for the night. That's a steal.
So just for those who might have just tuned in and missed it, I'm going to make sure everyone knows, if you would like to attend Alcarim's Joint Ball Weekend for the entire weekend, it is $70. If you would like to attend just the Friday night party, the Love Jones event, it's $20. Or if you would like to attend what we call hospitalities, that is $40. And Sedona, would you explain to the audience what the hospitalities are for $40, so they know what they're paying for?
Okay. So hospitalities are food until it's gone, drinks until they're gone.
Is that about an hour?
Which we won't run out. It's till you can't drink anymore.
Got you.
So it's
Nice.
all night, basically. Really.
Wow. And that's 40?
And that's 40.
Okay.
That would start on Friday,
Mm.
and Saturday daytime, and Saturday night again. So pretty much the whole weekend.
Which is why you should book your room so you will not have to drive unless you do Lyft or Uber.
Now, how much are the tickets? If you don't drink, I don't drink. So do y'all have a don't drink special?
Well, it's still included, but it's all the chaser you can drink. They got cranberry juice. They got pineapple
And ginger
juice,
ale.
ginger ale,
Raspberry
Sprite.
ginger
How much
ale.
is the ticket?
It's 40.
40.
Oh,
That's the food also.
you
Food's
know
off.
what? We don't fight.
I'm just picking on you because I know you don't drink. But they
No,
got
you
all
told
the
me it's different.
2018 drinks that's non-alcoholic.
All right.
We can make you a special punch.
Okay. They got
Shirley
me.
Temple, is that what they call it?
No, Shirley Temple got soda in there. I don't drink soda.
Oh,
either.
okay.
I just need fruit punch.
We had a fruit punch special, yeah.
All right, cool beans. Well, tell everybody where they can, I guess, find you on Facebook or Instagram.
So you can find Alcarim Court on Instagram at @AlcarimCourt_219.
You can find us at Alcarim Temple 242 on Instagram,
242 on
as well as
Instagram.
Twitter.
Okay. Well, there you have it. And the ball is September
28th
28th through the 30th. Okay. So that's next weekend, right?
2 weekends.
2 weekends?
Right.
Okay.
2 weekends.
We won't rush it.
And wait, there's more. If you didn't know, this Sunday, Al Karim Temple has tailgating with the Temple. We will be doing this every Atlanta Falcons home game.
Whoop, whoop.
So if you need some information with that, I will be posting that flyer on my page. So this Sunday, September 16th, people will be out there as early as 9. The game starts at 1. So they'll be tailgating all day. So
All day till
so
like
come
9
out.
o'clock.
I think it's like $25.
Yes,
Food
all
and
you can
drinks.
eat and drink. So come on, tailgate with the Temple, and have a good time.
And
That's what's
also, at the end of the ball weekend, 28th through the 30th, on that Sunday, after all of that, we do the whole weekend. We're going to have tailgating on that Sunday all day long for all the games.
Oh, who's your team? Whoa! Stomped him. He about to lie. He got to think he about to
Well,
lie. I'm just saying.
I'm from Oakland, California, so I'm a San Francisco 49ers fan. But, hey, if they play each other, I'm a Niners fan. I'm going for the Niners. But go Falcons, 100%.
Oh,
We're the
really?
home
Okay,
team. We in
okay.
the A, let's get down.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Hello?
I don't have an NFL team. I'm not a big NFL guy like that. But shout out to the Michigan Wolverines and the LA Lakers.
You got a team?
The Falcons. Is the
Okay.
home team.
Whoop, whoop. That's
Did you
what's
just
up.
become a Lakers fan?
I've been a Lakers fan. You better
All
recognize.
right.
Ooh, you so disrespectful in front of all these people.
Just went there, though, right?
You so disrespectful in front of all these people.
Okay. We got company.
I'm from the Bay. I gotta say something about LA. You know that.
Okay,
Right,
Golden
right.
State. That's because his team winning right now.
Exactly. Now, if you're gonna talk basketball, Golden State, of course, 100%. That's home. Steph Curry, 100%.
I hear you.
I-
That's what's up.
I'm
So y'all
really-
happy about? Didn't LeBron go to the Lakers?
That's why I said that.
Oh, there we go. I hear a band and a wagon put together. I'm just saying.
How convenient.
Right.
Sometimes foolishness does not need a response. I'm going to just look into the camera and say that sometimes foolishness does not warrant a response.
And there you have it.
However, we definitely appreciate y'all.
Yes, most definitely. I learned
coming on
something
the
new
show.
today.
Yes.
Chapters and
Yes.
daughters. And,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And you will see
Ask-
more if you come.
okay, I'll be there. I'm
So
going
we
to get
thank
my
you guys.
$40 ticket that I don't drink.
We'll have your grapefruit.
Can I
punch
get
for
some?
you,
Can,
TB.
y'all gonna have veggie friendly? Cause I don't eat meat either.
Oh, we got a plate for you.
That's
Come
what's
on.
up. See, they come. Yes, I'll be there.
See?
Yes, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for being on the show. We appreciate you guys.
Thank you for the
Thank
time.
you for having us.
Absolutely. We'll be right back with our last guest of the evening before we get into this he said, she said relationship talk. It's in the street with Tina B.
Mr. Outley, what up, Joe?
We'll be right back, y'all.
FYP Production.
She fell in love with the bad guy, but she loves my intentions. Nothing feels better than the moment we're sinning, no. Nothing feels better than the moment we're kissing. I say I'll love her for forever, in the morning forget her. She was raised under money, growing up she couldn't see the poor. Nah, save my number in her phone under me or more. Look me in my eyes and ask what I need her for. Told her in this game of life she just might keep a score. And darkness is clouding my judgment. Marijuana clouds cause the loud is so pungent. But me, I haven't touched a drug since that tray of white. I live my life before the fight like I'm Dana White. The block is hot like that boy band with Nick Lachey. Hold my heart in your hands like a Fabergé. Precious. We was young, dumb, and reckless. Living like the devil couldn't catch us. Ugh, life is death. We was visiting corpses. We should have had the wise make our decisions for us. Cause we was living life like it wouldn't cost us. But the feeling was gorgeous. Just young, dumb, and reckless. We was young, dumb, and reckless. Living young, dumb, and reckless. So young, dumb, and reckless. We was young, dumb, and reckless. Pray karma forgets us. I fell in love with the bad vibe. What a glorious day. Gather round. I think I'll tell a story today. Cry about the young, dumb, and reckless who swore they were immortal. Till the reaper came and looked them all in the face. And there's nothing to say. Peter Popoff, niggas even hustling faith. With the devil so close that you're touching the flame. Enjoying sin are one and the same. So close, so far. Do you know your heart? If the whole world's corrupt, then do you know your part? This reminds me of some kids in the park. You know, the way your boy go on monkey with bars. And I'm on with the stars. The marks tell a tale, I'm on with the scars. How would you feel if I told you that what you love is a farce? Don't let your soul travel too far because we're all in the dark. It get dark. Life is death. We was visiting corpses. We should have had the wise make our decisions for us. Cause we was living life like it wouldn't cost us. But the feeling was gorgeous. Just young, dumb, and reckless. We was young, dumb, and reckless. Living young, dumb, and reckless. So young, dumb, and reckless. We was young, dumb, and reckless. I pray karma forgets us.
If you do what is right, will you not be accepted? But if you do not do what is right, sin is crouching at your door.
What's up, you guys? It's In the Street with Tina B.
And Mr. Outley, what up, Joe?
And we are back. You see that picture back there? Those are the beautiful ladies of Women of Honor that we did, honorees that we honored on August 26th. Me and Trebell, my business partner.
That was a great show. I cannot say enough about that
event.
night.
Yeah, that was awesome.
People was there before it started, like on time.
I know.
Somebody asked me, like, did it already start? I was like, nah. They here on time.
They here on time. People was there. They was ready. I mean, it was a sold out show, our first one. It was amazing. Thank you, Rendezvous, Marcus Wood. That was his event out in Forest Park. And we will be having the Men of Honor Awards November 18th at the same location. It was so beautiful. We had to go back. I mean, it was just perfect.
It was.
So we would definitely be there. Shout out to Froy, who do all my commercials and all my videography work. So if you need some videography work, make sure y'all check out him as well. And now we have our next guest in the house, Miss Lorraine, and she's TLA's own model.
Hey, Miss Lorraine.
Hi, Mr. Outley.
How you doing? See, I had to change my voice when I
I
talk to her.
see.
Hey,
and
Miss Lorraine.
Miss Lorraine seen us last week
Yes.
on the show as well.
And week before.
Okay, you've been watching.
We appreciate that.
Yes,
Yeah.
for sure. And she wanted to be a guest on the show as well. I reached out to you, so I'm glad that you took that up to be, talk about your book and to brand yourself.
Yeah.
I love it when people brand themselves and advertise what they have going on. So tell us about the book.
Well, the book was birthed through depression that I experienced, and I didn't trust to speak with a lot of people. I really didn't trust speaking with anyone, but throughout the years of me going home sad, depressed, oppressed, and in a mess, I began writing. And one day I just looked at everything that I was writing and I said to myself, you could write a book. So I spoke that into me, not knowing that it was already embedded in me, that God was already working with me and dealing with me. And so by the time I had to strategize what I was going to take out of it, because I put some hardcore stuff in there about what I was dealing with. And I have 3 children. You have to be careful and mindful of what you write when you have children. You don't want them to be scarred from anything that you've said just out of anger. So I narrowed it down to what I call it my emergency toolkit, something small, because a lot of men, they don't like you going on and on and on about a story. They want you to get to the point. And that's what I did. I wrote something to get to the point that could help save men and women about being delivered. And God helped me from going through my state of depression, and it turned out into a book, and that is what was birthed out of me.
Nice. So tell me, what put you into that state of depression? Was it, family life? Was it money? What was it?
It was a divorce. I was with my ex-husband since I was 19. And for me he was all I knew. We didn't have children before we went into our marriage. We were just, dating one another. Then we got married, and then we began to have a family. And when that's all that and all that I knew to do, I only turned to him for a lot. I depended on him for everything. It was my way, no way or the highway, not knowing that God was really dealing with me on the inside as well. So I had a controlling spirit, but God had to show me and bring me down. Sometimes you have to be knocked down. It's not always the devil. Sometimes you experience things to get a better picture of who you really are.
Yes.
So I had to go through that for God to show me who I really was. While I was pointing one finger at him, 3 more were pointing back at Lorraine. So I can only talk about what I actually experienced. And I began to see me for who I really was. And I began to pray and ask God to help me change me. Right. Even though I had to go through all the hurt, it's like you lose everything. You had everything. First you're on top. You live in this conservative, happy life. Like you're in a storybook. You got your home, you got your cars, you have your husband, you have your children, but yet on the inside you're just torn apart. You're miserable. And that's what brought it on. And when the divorce and the separation began to be into play, it tore me up. it tore me down. It tore me down. So that's when I began to reevaluate myself. I began to reevaluate my life, and I began to just write because I didn't want to share that with my friends because they're always looking at, oh, Miss Lorraine this and oh, Miss Lorraine that. Miss Lorraine tore up from the floor up. Miss Lorraine was in a pit, a bottomless pit, but God didn't want me to stay there.
So I know people will look at you like, oh, but you got everything. How can you be depressed when you got this house and your family and your husband and your cars but they don't know what's going on inside the house.
Right.
You know,
people are easy to say that to you when they don't know your business or when they don't know what's going on, or you keep yourself together. And that's what really kept me keeping myself together, because God didn't tell me I needed to look like I'm in a bottomless pit because I felt like I was in one. So I would keep myself together. At one point I didn't, because it tore me down. I remember when I first went through it, I actually went to work without combing my hair. And my best friend, I call her a diva, she called me a diva. She grabbed me by my hand and she was like, oh no. When she passed by my desk, she was like, we are not having this. Do you realize what you did today? I was like, no. What do you mean what I did today? I'm at work. She was like, you left out of your house and didn't comb your hair. Girl, we're not having that. So she took my hand and took me to the restroom. I mean, that's when I first went through it. It's like I just lost everything. I was living with a dark cloud over me and didn't realize it. So that was my state of depression, oppression, and then a mess that I was in. But God just took me and just grabbed me and pulled me out of that miry clay that I was in and said, you are worthy. You have to know and learn your worth of who you are in life. Until you do that, you will wallow in that, but you have to be careful and mindful that demonic forces are real, spirits are real, and you have to learn to catch yourself back from that. Do not allow those forces to overtake or overwhelm your state of mindset. When you find yourself in that, you're going to have to get some help. I went to doctors, and the doctor gave me medication. I didn't want to take the medication. Now, some people need medication. I'm not saying don't take your medication, but the medication wasn't well with me. It didn't set well with my body. It made me sicker than what I was feeling. And so I knew then. I prayed my way through it. So that's how I got out of it. I prayed my way through it, but that was my choice.
Right.
You said you have messages in that book for men and women. Is there a message that you have specifically for men?
No,
it just go both sides.
It's for every. My message is for human being, mankind. Period. To hold on to whatever source of power that you have, and my source of power was Jesus Christ. I chose the Lord, and that's who I'm rooted and grounded in. A lot of people are not. They don't believe in Christ. You find so many people, but that's me. This is my story, my testimony. So I had to put down what helped me out of it, and that's what I tell about. And I'm firm with it, and I stand on it, and that's what helped me get through every day, daily basis. So.
And let me ask you, going through that, how is your trust with men now?
Well, I've learned that everyone on earth are dealing with something. If you allow that trust, that word called trust, to keep you from talking to a man, you'll never have anybody. So I chose to just continue to believe in God, and I always tell God, show it to me, reveal it to me what it is I need to see. But you have to have a mindset to know what it is God is showing you. Don't go into any relationship with anyone blindsided. Don't do that. What I do is I'm a listener. You have to learn to listen. I can talk as well. I can talk. You know I can.
Yes.
But at some point you have to learn to be patient and listen. And when they tell you who they are, believe
it.
She said, listen.
Yes, you have to listen.
You said that last week.
Yes.
Gotta listen. And a lot of times people listen to answer instead of listening to understand.
Right.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't push that out of the way, because men and women lie. But you can't allow that to stop you from building another relationship because of what happened. So I've learned to just deal with it, and I've overcame a lot of that. And I listen and I observe, and I'm very observant. So when they show me who they are, I believe them. But when I tell you who I am and show you who I am, why can't you believe me? So they put you through the test, but when I'm telling you who I am and I'm showing you who I am, you want to say that I'm being mean, I'm being aggressive, I'm being arrogant. No, you just showed me who you was, and I decided I don't want to deal with it. So you keep it moving, and I'll stay where I am.
Well, go on, talk about it then, Lorraine.
So a lot, you know what? So a lot that you probably would have dealt with, you won't deal with that anymore because of what you went through. Do you think?
Exactly. And you, the older you get, the more wiser you get. And certain things you're just not going to deal with in life, especially when you've experienced something, crucial and bad. And when you're going through trial and tribulation, you don't have time for foolishness. I didn't, and I couldn't tolerate it. I have zero tolerance for foolishness. And when I see it coming, I just can't deal with it. I can't handle it. I'm talking about Lorraine now. I can't deal with foolishness. So I just leave it where it is. If that's what you want to do and you want to wallow in that, and that's who you want to be, so be it. You've shown me who you are. Okay.
Keep it moving.
Yes.
She gave you the dawn.
Yeah.
All you had to do was go, Lorraine.
That's
yes.
It. Yes, he just,
I'm gonna just sit right here. That's y'all part right there.
But to answer your question, it's to help empower men and women. So yes.
And what's the name of it again?
Walking in Faith During a Storm.
I like that.
And where can they find the book at if they want to purchase it?
They can find it on Amazon online bookstore as well as lulu.com. That's LULU.com. And I have copies. If you know me and you see me, I have some all the time.
Lorraine have them all the time. She be on ready.
Yes.
And that's how you need to be out there. If you don't got a product, you need to be branding yourself, promoting yourself. Come on our show. Just saying.
Yes.
I like that plug, and that ain't shameless.
Hey.
That wasn't shameless at all.
TLA is really what's up, because even when I was going through this, God opened the door, because all I did was go to church. I'm balanced. A person have to be balanced out. I go to church, I love the Lord, but an adult, men and women, you have to have balance in life. And I'm not knocking church, because church saved my life. But at some point I was like, gosh, I want to go somewhere else. But I needed to be around positive people.
Right.
And the outlet that God gave me was TLA.
Hey.
And it is such a positive. And believe me, I observed it before I came
that's what
aboard.
everybody said.
Yes,
It's like, I watched you for a year.
Yes,
I'm like, dang, I didn't even know.
I did. I was invited to a lot with by Miss Lanita.
Lanita,
Miss
yeah.
Lanita recruited
Yeah,
me.
Lanita,
And
my
actually,
OG.
she was a member of my church. So I knew God was dealing with me when I met her, and I was like, okay, she's in the same under the same covering that I'm under. So I know you wouldn't send anything before me, Lord, because you know I'm trying to walk right and live right. I'm not perfect, but I'm definitely not laying down at night trying to plot wrongdoing in life.
Right.
I'm trying to plot prosperity in my life, and I'm trying to walk righteously in my life to do things that's pleasing to God. And the TLA is the best place for me, even with the platform of this book. So many doors are being opened. Miss Tina give you all the leeway that you need.
Yeah.
You can do so much with TLA, from photography, from red carpet events,
Movies, TV.
acting. Yes, and I'm trying to
Because
work
you was
on
in
that
Fixation,
now.
right?
Yes, I was in that movie. I thought I
Absolutely.
was a star. What?
You are.
And Miss Tina was in that movie
Yes,
as well.
yes. And it's in Walmart. We doing it, girl.
Yes, it's in
What?
Walmart.
Fixation.
Yes.
Y'all go pick that up. Just saying. Another plug. Whatever.
Yes, good movie, good movie. Yes, yes.
Whatever. We in it.
Yes.
But thank you, Lorraine, so much. We appreciate you coming on our show.
Thank you for having me. It's a blessing always being able to just spread a good word of encouragement. So get that book, Walking in Faith During the Storm. Don't just sit down. If you know anyone that's dealing with depression, really, you get some help. Speak with someone. Don't just stay in that state of mindset. Do not stay there, because demonic forces are real, evil forces are real, and you really have to know that these things, the devil is trying to kill, steal, and destroy you and me as well. But I pressed my way through it, and look at me now. I'm an advocate. I came out strong with it. I don't let anything or anyone stop me. I'm still motivated for Christ, and it's exciting to me. Look at the devil mad, but him, bam.
Like right at the end, though. Hey, can't
Yes.
stop you. Stop. Do it right at the
Indeed.
end.
Tell people where they can find you.
My social media, you can locate me under Lorraine Trammell. And under Instagram, under Powerful, POWER_FUL 19. And I chose that word because God gives you the anointing and the authority to have the power, but you have to know how to use your powers that God give you, and you have to be in decent and in order with it. Don't utilize it any kind of way. Just know how to use it. So that's how you can locate me.
Right,
All
there
right,
you
now.
have it. That's what's
Thank
up.
you,
Gave
Lorraine.
us the word for the night. Yes, I can sleep good tonight. Just saying.
Pass collection plate of wine.
All right now, hey.
Hey, man, that's really good.
That's coming, yes.
All right, y'all. Well, thank you so much, Lorraine. We're going to be right back with more of Industry with Tina B.
And Mr. Outley, what up, Joe?
Don't go nowhere.
FYP Production.
She fell in love with the bad guy, but she loves my intentions. Nothing feels better than the moment we're sinning, no. Nothing feels better than the moment we're kissing. I'll say I'll love her for forever, in the morning forget her. She was raised under money, growing up she couldn't see the poor. No. Save my number in her phone under me or more. Look me in my eyes and ask what I need her for. Till then this game of life, she just might keep a score. Darkness is clouding my judgment. Marijuana clouds cause the loud is so pungent. But me, I haven't touched a drug since that Trader White. I live my life before the fight like I'm Dana White. The block is hot like that boy band with Nick Lachey. Hold my heart in your hands like a Fabergé. Precious. We was young, dumb, and reckless. Living like the devil couldn't catch us. Ugh, life is death. We was visiting corpses. We should have had the wise make our decisions for us. Cause we was living life like it wouldn't cost us. But the feeling was gorgeous. Just young, dumb, and reckless. We was young, dumb, and reckless. Living young, dumb, and reckless. So young, dumb, and reckless. We was young, dumb, and reckless. Pray karma forgets us. I fell in love with the bad vibe. What a glorious day. Gather round. I think I'll tell a story today. About the young, dumb, and reckless who swore they were immortal. Till the Reaper came and looked them all in the face. And there's nothing to say. Peter Popoff, niggas even hustling faith. With the devil so close that you're touching the flame. Enjoying sin are one and the same. So close, so far. Do you know your heart? If the whole world's corrupt, then do you know your part? This reminds me of some kids in the park. You know, the way your boy going monkey with bars. And I'm one with the stars. The marks tell a tale, I'm one with the scars. How would you feel if I told you that what you love is a farce? Don't let your soul travel too far because we're all in the dark. It get dark. Life is death. We was visiting corpses. We should have had the wise make our decisions for us. Cause we was living life like it wouldn't cost us. But the feeling was gorgeous. Just young, dumb, and reckless. We was young, dumb, and reckless. Living young, dumb, and reckless. So young, dumb, and reckless. We was young, dumb, and reckless. I pray karma forgets us.
If you do what is right, will you not be accepted? But if you do not do what is right, sin is crouching at your door.
What's up, you guys? It's Industry with Tina B.
And Mr. Outley, what up, Joe?
We are back.
We are. It's that time.
Man, we had some great guests, though.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Shout out to Miss Rhonda.
And Lorraine.
And Bert and Sedana. We have some great guests today. We did.
And very informative. So that's pretty cool about, you know, if you ask, then you can become one.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. If you,
Somewhat.
Yes, somewhat. You got to
mean,
ask
y'all
first.
gotta-
You got to
y'all-
ask first.
But y'all looking to the people, right? I mean,
Of course.
okay. I'm
Of
like,
course. You just can't be like, I want to be in, and we just going to be like, all right, come on.
That's what I'm
It
saying.
does not work that way. Trust me, it doesn't.
right, because I know that's like with my company, TLA, which is a modeling, casting, talent agency for men and women 40 and over. And a lot of times people be like, oh, she 40, bring her on over. I'll be like, you know what? Let me, I can't stand you. I'll be like, wait, let me go check their page out first. I go
Really?
check, I go check their page out. So, you know, I understand what you're saying. You know, you got to check them out first. Can't just come in like that. Just saying.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we are at the part of the show where it gets interesting. It gets fun. She has no backup in here this week.
You don't either.
She has to deal with me.
And
hey,
you got to deal
You know
with
what?
me.
I don't need any backup. So I'm going to say this ahead of time. If you have a comment, you got something you want to say, 470-251-4707. Gentlemen.
All right, so I'm going right into it.
Go and get into it then.
If all of a sudden you could not sexually please your mate, would you allow someone else to?
Please repeat the question again for the people in the back.
Jackson, what? If you could not satisfy your mate sexually, okay, would you allow someone else to?
Well, I don't know if it's an allowed thing because I think eventually it's going to happen. You know, so I just think it's going to happen if you are not able to. And, you know, depending on what the reasons are, you know, so if, for instance, if you are a man and you are having a problem with your blood flow and it doesn't work, I think eventually there's a possibility that somebody else will. So I don't know about allowing anybody.
I mean, but if you know that you can't, would you use toys? Would you use other options? Or
Yes.
would you just be like, well,
No.
you know.
Well, you would definitely want to put in an effort to try to use some alternatives, you know, some toys or some role play, all type of stuff, you know, low hanging fruit. I mean, it's all type of stuff that you can use to try to, you know, satisfy your mate.
Fruit.
I know, I just
Okay.
want to say that.
See if I was listening. I was listening.
The point is, it got to be
So-
the effort. The effort has to be there.
Right, the effort definitely have to be there. Now, as a woman, wondering if he can't satisfy me, would I go somewhere else or be happy with him? He has other things. He has hands. What that mouth do? No, I'm just kidding. But
See, no. You say you kidding, but you for real.
so for real, FR. I'm
So,
just saying.
all right, so you're saying if go ahead, finish the thought.
No, what I'm saying. You gonna tell me what I'm saying?
I said so. What you're saying
I'm
is
just saying that he got other options. So I will stay with my man, like fight with my man. We had to get through it or whatever. But he probably have to, you know, go to the store though.
and that's
strap
all.
up.
And that's all it would take.
Strap up.
What you mean strap up?
You gotta put. If he can't get up anymore, what is he gonna use?
And that would be enough for you over time.
Yeah, because
Okay.
it should be a mind thing. It shouldn't be about
You know
a
what?
physical thing.
You are absolutely right. Go on.
Did you give a look? Because I wasn't looking at the camera.
No,
'cause you got
I
me
did
looking
nothing.
in the camera.
I did
I
nothing.
can't look at the TV, so I don't know what you just did.
Exactly. You're supposed to look into the camera.
I was, and I missed your darn look you just gave.
Hey,
but yeah, if you got a mental stimulation with someone, then the physical is just extra.
Okay, and I agree with that. I do.
You know what I'm
agree with
saying?
that.
So when the physical goes, you still have that mental with that person.
And you're right, because we're all not going to be able to function and perform the same way we would at 18 than we would at
48.
At 48. It's just not going to happen. So
Your
there is a
stamina
difference.
is not going to be up to par.
Well, I mean,
And women may not be up to par.
you are right. But there's
I'm confused right now. Like,
no,
what?
because I had so many thoughts went through my brain when you said stamina. Because I'm like, for men, this stuff that we can do, you know. But anyway,
What,
I'm
for
sure-
stamina?
Yes,
Like what?
to help build our stamina.
Tell.
Listen,
There's some guys out there need to hear this.
you think so?
Yeah.
The one thing that men can do, especially men as we get older, particularly over 40, you know, our testosterone levels tend to decrease as we get older. And in order to keep that blood flowing, we must stay active, which means we need to work out, you know, regularly. I would say the treadmill. If you do nothing else in the gym, every man should be on the treadmill, because to the point that was made earlier, you know, high blood pressure is a solid killer for us. So if they exercise, it would build their stamina up and the blood would flow the way that it should. And, you know, when you got to go that extra mile, you would be fully capable to do so.
So on the he's so happy. So the treadmill running is the same equivalent to having sex with a woman?
Well, I wouldn't say it's the equivalent. However, there are some parallels. There could be sweat involved. You might exercise in intervals. You know, you may do an exercise for 15 minutes here, 10 minutes here.
Somebody.
We got a caller.
Somebody want to know.
Time 8 seconds.
In the street with Tina B.
And Mr. Outley, what up, though?
Hey.
Hey, y'all. How y'all doing over there?
We're great.
Good.
How are you?
We're doing all right. We're doing okay. I'm over here listening to you guys, and I'm sitting here like, okay, I've got my hand on my head like, oh, my gosh. You know, I've made some comments already.
Okay.
So, on there. And are we live?
Yes, we are
Yes,
live.
we are.
Okay. Well, hey, everybody. How you doing out there? This is your lady being beautiful, me, Andrea. And I want to go ahead and just tune in with you guys and what you was commenting on, what you were talking about over there.
Okay, so I was asking about if your man couldn't please you anymore, would your man allow you to go somewhere else, or would you want to go somewhere else, or you just want your man to please you some kind of way?
Oh God. What I can say is that I'm not the girl or the woman to basically go somewhere else. We first, number one, will have to have a conversation. Because yes, what you said was it's more of an emotional, mental thing, as well as a spiritual thing before it becomes a physical thing. Just like when a man sees a woman, what does he do first? He looks first, and that's what's attracted to him to make him want to be aroused, right?
Right.
So it's the same. So now, okay, if it's my husband, let me say there, my husband is not able to please me because it's a man that has to please. He should want to please me. With women, it's with our hearts.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
For men, it's just damn. They dead. You say anything? Will you blowing their ear? They ride.
Really though? Really? Is that what we doing? You know
No, that is what we doing.
Yeah, that's what we doing. Yeah.
That is so. You know what? I don't 100% agree with that.
No, you know what? But you don't have to. But the thing is, I'm not saying 100% of men that do that, but yes, it is when you blow in their ear. And we may be talking about boys, but with a real man, the thing is, and within a relationship, you have to come to an agreement or come to some understanding where basically bottom line is communication. If you're having that problem first, then you can make a decision whether, okay, well, let's first try to erase or take out what the problem may be, and let's try to correct that.
There it
then
is.
If you tried and you tried and tried again, and you come to the decision, you know what? You know, there's different things. I think when you cross that bridge, that's when you talk about it.
Oh, right.
Bring it up.
But I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess so.
But I
But
can't say, yeah, I'm gonna go to find somebody else. Now you entertaining something that really, in the midst of it all, it's just not cool at all.
Yeah.
Maybe it could be just that person that he's with, you know, that he can't, you know. I mean, it's even truth that a woman could be allergic to her husband.
and that's true.
I agree with
That's
that.
true.
About with his semen.
That's true.
Because
I've heard that before.
You know, that comes from one. It's dietary issues because it's going through your bloodstream. You know.
That's true. And I also heard that a man can taste what a woman drinks or eat as well.
Oh, hell yeah, definitely. It's
Yeah.
the same thing with the man's semen. I can taste. I mean, I'm allergic to shellfish.
Okay.
So you can't be eating shellfish.
That can go so many ways.
I mean,
Okay, go ahead.
It's the truth.
That's true. I know, because you're gonna when you kiss him or whatever, it's gonna come through him. I understand.
Oh hell, I can't express that enough.
Right,
have
and
enough
guys
of
got to
Don't
understand
seem to
too.
understand.
Women got to understand too. Like alcohol come through us, so you got to understand that too. If you drink a lot of alcohol,
Human beings-
they can taste the
human
alcohol.
beings need to understand that what you put in your mouth or what you surround yourself with is coming through your
Your body.
pores.
Absolutely.
Okay, and that and then think about this. Okay, just think about it. I'm gonna give you a visual. You know,
Give us a visual, girl.
all the junk that you eat is sitting in your large intestines. So every time you sweat, now you're on top of each other, y'all moving stuff around and everything. Meanwhile, you got all that trash in you, that's sitting right up in there. It's not going nowhere but onto each other.
Oh, man. Okay, you gave us a good visual. Thank you.
Thank you for that.
No, you're so welcome.
It's just like you're so welcome.
I'm speaking from a professional experience.
Oh, there you go. Where are you calling from? Where are you calling from?
Well, I'm calling from Atlanta.
Hey, you from Atlanta?
I know I'm not from Atlanta, no.
Nah, I hear it. You from New York or
You
Baltimore?
got that right, Brooklyn.
Brooke, I hear it. I hear it in you. Yes, indeed. Well,
It
thank
is
you for
Brooklyn
calling. We
in the
appreciate you
house.
listening and looking.
Well, thank you
Thank
for
you so much.
listening to me as well. Y'all
You're
have a
welcome.
great night.
You
And
too.
can I please give a shout out?
Absolutely.
Of course.
Where you guys are? Where are you guys?
We're in Atlanta.
Okay, cool beans. We're holding auditions September 15th and the 22nd. We'll be in College Park, and for those who are looking for actors, singers, dancers, musicians, comedians, everything, it's for a TV pilot, and it is you could go to lcacastings@gmail.com to please send in their headshots and their resumes and with their contact information, so we can call, get back with them with the time, with the location. But it is between 11 and 4 a.m. 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. on the September 15th and the 22nd.
Okay, so that's this weekend and next
Yes,
weekend.
that's LCA Castings with an S. LCA Lights Camera Action, LCA Casting, CASTINGS @gmail.com.
Okay, and I'll send our bill over there as well for your free advertisement you just did.
I really appreciate that. Closer to you guys, I don't know.
No, you good. Yeah, I'll send you a email and then you can possibly come on and well, it's this weekend, so you have other things that come up though. We can talk. Maybe you can come on the show.
That'd be great.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, you have a great night.
You too.
All right. All right, so I got another.
What's your other
You
question?
want to talk something about that
No.
first? Okay.
No, you go get a
All right, so check it out. Sometimes, listen closely, people in the back. Sometimes the only reason why you won't let go of what's making you sad is because it's the only thing that made you happy.
Say that once again for the people in the back.
Sometimes the only reason why you won't let go of what's making you sad is because it was the only thing that made you happy.
So my interpretation of that is this. It's something I think people go through all the time. Somebody's probably going through that right now. You've been in a relationship, even it could be with a person, it could be with your employer, you could be some kind of relationship to where you've been there so long, it's made you so happy, but then you've gotten miserable, but you're afraid to break away and be free from that because it made you so happy. So I believe a person would stay in a situation trying to recapture holding on to past happiness while they're in current sadness. You know what? I need to write that down.
You know,
I need to write that down. That was a bar right there. But go ahead. I'm sorry. That was a bar.
you know what I get from that
Tell me what you get from it.
is because a person wants to sit there in that sadness because they're used to it. And then they're scared to go forward, and they'll be happy and they'll be like, nah, wait a minute, I'm being happy. Hold on. No, I don't want to be happy. I want to stay sad and remember this person or whatever, made me sad, instead of letting that go and moving on and being happy. That's how I look at that statement.
You know what?
It's like visit it, but don't stay there. Ooh, I think that's bars.
Say it one more time.
Bars. I need to write that down.
I think you can't be afraid to jump. And we just get so stagnant. I mean, so if you are in a situation like that where it's so sad. It's just not that easy for people. As my mama would say, sometimes you gotta get sick and tired of being sick and tired, and people will stay in a situation like that hoping it would change. But the reality of it is, it won't change unless they change.
But you know what? People will say, you don't want to die alone. But
Okay.
do you have to be married to not die alone?
No. You got Jesus.
But I'm saying a mate.
Okay.
Everybody wants a mate. I'm not saying you got to be in a marriage or a relationship, but you want a mate. You want somebody that you can reach out to.
You know what? I do agree with that. It's like my pop say, it sure is nice to have somebody that'll bring you a glass of water. So I get that part. Which is why a lot of people probably stay in marriages and relationships for years unhappy. Just
because someone's there.
Yeah, because they want somebody there. You know what it's like to come home to an empty house and you open up the door and there's nobody there and it's silent and you can hear absolutely nothing and there's no dishes in the sink. That is.
Wait a minute. It sounded like you liking it. At first, it would sound like you were sad, but I don't know. It's turned in a different way.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You are a Cancer, and y'all like being by yourself.
Hey, wait, this ain't about me. This ain't about me. See, the people in the back,
my gosh.
we here. But to answer your question, no, I think in the end, you really want, if companionship, not if anything else, just somebody to be there. That's why I think some of the old people, when they get older, they go and to McDonald's early in the morning and drink coffee with their crew.
People.
Yeah.
You need that though. I mean, it keeps you alive though.
Yeah.
Because think about it. If you just sit around and people's phones don't ring anymore. People don't talk on the phone anymore. So your phone's not ringing. If nobody's texting, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, dang, do anybody out there care? Am I okay? I can be over here dead with your cats. I'm just saying, like, you want somebody to know you're missing. Like, hey, I ain't talked to you in a while. What's up? Hey, I ain't seen you in a minute. Where you been? You know what I'm saying? You want that.
Just some human interaction.
Or music.
Right, you see, I was ready.
That's
what we doing? I was about to bust a move. You see, I was right here
Why
with
is that your move? That's your one
my
move.
That's all I could do.
Oh, let me go to a question fast.
I'm about to say.
Okay, so that kind of goes back to that move. Please don't ever make the mistake of playing music again.
Hey, I'm just saying, somebody might have sent a PayPal or Cash App for a couple dollars, a little tip or something.
All right, so come over. Let's chill. Don't always mean screwing.
Okay. Let's
cook dinner, have a few drinks, and enjoy each other's company. What do you think about that? If a girl comes over in a little bitty dress, high heels, but in your mind, you was like, well, when she come over here, we're just gonna chill, get us a little drink, and just relax. It ain't about sex tonight. But she come over there in a little bitty t-shirt dress and heels on. How do you feel? You still, want to chill? What?
Can you repeat that again for everybody who just tuned in? Please repeat that.
Okay, if you just tuned in, you tune in the street with Tina B.
And Mr. Outley, what up? Oh,
we do this every Tuesday night from 6 to 8. It's called He Said, She Said. We do this at 7 p.m. But we all about in the street news and castings and events. But right now we in our good segment of He Said, She Said. Dun, 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 dun. The question is, if you had in mind that you want to just chill, right?
Okay.
But she comes over in a little bitty dress. She got other things on her mind. How do you feel about that? Do you feel like, dang, that's all you want me for? Or you'll change your mind? Just saying.
First of all,
asking for a friend.
I will not be looked at as just a mere piece of meat, okay? I have feelings, I have emotions. But to answer your question, now I'm going to just take for granted the fact that there was a conversation had prior to the woman coming over, okay? If there was some food involved or whatever, what was the conversation like beforehand? So it's like, hey, I ain't doing nothing, you want to come over and chill, have some drinks? You be like, yeah, cool. So when she get there and she comes through the door and she dressed like she ready to do something, pun intended, I personally would be like, what's going on here? Hey, what's this? Like, you can't. I mean, like, because men know when a woman come through the door. Sometimes, based on what she's wearing, what her intentions are. So, if I've already made up my mind that nothing is going to happen that night, and we're just going to watch TV and have some stimulated conversation and some libations, then that's all that's going to happen. I ain't doing nothing.
Regardless. So what does she say? Will you give me a massage?
First of all, if she laughed like that, she better not laugh like that. I don't ever laugh like that. Just like I can't roll, you can't laugh. If you can laugh like that, I can roll. So if she asks for a massage, I'm gonna be like, well, Massage Envy opens up.
What? Boy, stop. Whatever.
You know what? Okay, since I am a gentleman, I have no problem with giving them a massage on the couch with clothes on, just on the shoulders. No underneath the shirt.
Are you church people looking at this? Because what is going on right now? Because you got all the good rated answers.
No, okay, but dude,
what? Throw me down on the ground.
I don't know. For me, it just depends on what I had in mind. If I don't feel like it, I'm not gonna do it. That's just me.
Right.
Something tells me you got another question.
I do.
What's the question?
Keep it moving.
Ready for the question.
All right. Why is it okay for women to have close sisterhood friendships, but when men have close brotherhood friendships, their sexuality is questioned? Can men have a genuine close friendship without considered as homosexual?
Yes, men can have those type of relationships, and men do. What I think what has happened is society has kind of put somewhat of a stain on that, and I'm not going to blame this on the advent of social media, but everything is magnetized now. I can personally say, if I want to go out somewhere, I'm not about to call 3 other dudes to go out. I just don't roll like that. If it's guys you've been friends with since childhood, and y'all still, tight, then that's different. I don't think it should be a problem. I think maybe because of our location, people may think that, but I don't see a problem with that. But I'm definitely not about to just hang with a bunch of group of dudes all the time. That ain't happening with me. But women can. Yeah,
we can hang like that.
Yeah.
Nothing to think of.
I would rather much go hang with a bunch of women, sit there and possibly learn something.
Than a bunch of guys. I heard a lot of guys that say that, though.
Yeah.
That they don't want to hang around with a lot of guys.
Absolutely
so I can get
not.
that. So.
These dudes talk too much.
Ha! A lot too much. Man, I with me, I wouldn't do that.
Well, go talk to her then. Dude,
No,
I'd be like, go talk to her. I'd be like, I'm gonna go introduce you. She'd be like, hold up, you ain't got.
Yeah.
I thought you see, but that's a whole nother thing. Don't even get me started.
Absolutely.
I think you got another question. We got some comments.
I don't have another question. We do have some comments.
You got another question. You stay with the questions.
I do stay with the questions.
I want y'all to know that what we do during this hour is totally off the cuff. Like she would find some questions. I might find something, but I never know what she's gonna ask me, and I don't know if that's on purpose. You be trying to set me up.
Because I know a lot of times too. Like I'll say I'll sing you something, and you'll be like, I'll leave it for the show. I'm like, you know what? I want to know what you want to say. Nah.
Well, see, a lot of times you throw me off guard, and I think my reaction is the most genuine and the realest answer. Because, again, you can't give a man too much time to think about something.
Come on, say that.
You just got to go and give it to him. So, to that point, if you talking about you want a woman say, can I give her a massage? She's just place herself in a proper position to receive it and say, my shoulders hurt. I'm saying that for my friends in the back.
Ain't nobody back there. Look, maybe
I was trying to see what we said.
I know. We need a camera back there. That's so funny.
I'm telling y'all, we need a camera back there.
Because they just come up creeping up like.
Hey, I'm just he back there like, you know what? That is a resolution right there. Just place yourself in a proper position to receive it.
That's right. Look, how do you feel about a man and woman splitting bills 50-50? Is that a roommate or is that a marriage? How do you feel about that? Now, me personally, I don't have a problem with it. I think whatever works in your house is what works in your house. You know what I'm saying? But how do you feel about that?
Here's what I don't believe, because I think I saw this, and somebody stated that a man isn't a man. He's a boy if he goes 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
I don't agree with that, but I also believe that there is, to me, no such thing as 50-50, and I'm going to explain why. I don't think it's possible for every single household expense every month that you can split everything down the middle, because it just doesn't happen like that. But here's, to me, what can offset it. Say I pay the rent of the mortgage, right? I say, you know what? I got that.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I got the car insurance. I got your car note. If the woman is, if it's me, the woman that I'm with, I'm gonna know enough about her to know that, okay, she knows that I'm doing this. I don't have to worry about making sure I have soap or toilet paper or food. Well, I think when you're an adult, when you two grown people, I don't think it should be like, well, we're going half. Somebody is gonna say, I'm gonna pay this and pay that. How about you take care of this? Now, I do agree, in some cases, this is not always the case.
Yeah.
Generally, I think the man is responsible for paying for whatever the house note is. I do think that's his thing.
The whole thing. What if they want to split it?
Then they're roommates. They must not be a couple. You are roommates.
Really?
Right? Yeah.
If the man don't want to pay the full mortgage and say, hey, let's split the mortgage.
And this is a relationship? Is this a relationship?
It's a marriage.
It's a marriage, then no. That's not how it should work.
The man should take care of the household.
The man should pay the mortgage. Some people will say, well, depending on who makes the most money, what if the woman makes more? But again, that's why it can't be 50-50, because somebody may not have something, but they may could do something else. If the man can't afford to pay the whole rent and the woman has that, that's less money they have to spend. Maybe he doing all the plumbing or the yard work. So there are ways to offset that.
Right.
But to say everything is split down the middle, I just don't agree with that.
Got you.
I don't.
It makes sense. I get it.
50-50.
Okay, so do you have a problem with what a woman wear?
Do I have a problem with a woman wearing?
Yeah, would you tell her, like, if you pick a girl up for a date,
okay,
and she come out the house, breasts out, booty out, would you be like, you want to change? Or you just be like, come on, let go, girl? How would you?
I mean, first off, I don't believe a woman that I'm going to pick up is going to dress like that. But just for the sake of the question, I'm having a hard time, because I can't imagine any woman that I would pick up or go out with would do that. I don't see that. But if I believe a woman should be able to wear whatever it is she wants to wear, because in my mind, essentially, she's wearing it for me. Like, she was on the phone with her girl, showing her the outfit. They FaceTime, like, I'm gonna wear this for him tonight.
Yep.
So
no, more so in the mirror.
In the mirror. So I wouldn't tell her to change, because essentially she is wearing it for me. Thank you.
Okay, so I guess not then.
I have zero problems.
Cool. You don't have no questions this week?
You know what? I had one question for you, because somebody asked. I'm not gonna put his name out there.
What?
Somebody had inquired about you, Tina B.
Acquired about me?
They inquired about you.
What they say?
They wanted to know your status. What I mean?
What? What he look like?
You know what? If you know you might September 28th through 30th.
Yeah.
Come on,
I'll be at the ball.
Yeah.
Love Jones Friday night. If you want to go, I am getting a ticket for someone. So if you call me right now, 470-251-4707, I have a ticket for the Friday night, September 28th, the Love Jones part of the ball that weekend.
Did y'all hear that?
Call me right now. I got a ticket for you. How about that?
That's what I'm talking about. Say it one more time.
How about that? That's what I said. That.
Also,
So
if y'all didn't know, on September 30th, Status Network is having a launch party and empowerment concert Sunday, September 30th from 3 to 7. It is an outdoor event. It is a free event. It is a family event, so you can bring your kids. There's vendor space available. There'll be giveaways, free food, free entry, live performances on 777 Cleveland Avenue. Status Network Studios. If you have any questions, or if I'm not mistaken, if you are interested in performing, if I'm getting that correct, you can call 770-299-3899. We have a caller.
Let's see who is winning.
Time 7 seconds.
In the street with Tina B.
And Mr. Outley, what up, Joe?
Did I win? Did I win? Did I win?
Yes, you are the winner. What's your name?
This is Anissa.
Hey, Nisa. What's up? Congratulations. You won a ticket to the Love Jones Ball going down on September 28th at 7 p.m.
7. You know what? I don't want to get it wrong.
I don't even either. I think it's 7 p.m. Just be ready at 7. And I'll send you all the information, but I got your ticket for you to go. And we're going to try to get all drinks and food free, too. You know, once we get in there, you know how women do. We're going to get the food and the drinks free.
I can speak on behalf of every noble in Al Karim Temple and every gentleman that is going to be there. We will make sure that you ladies come. You will have what you need. And I can definitely say that without a doubt.
Well, there you have it, Nisa. You drink.
All right, yes. I'm the winner.
And she's a eat and drink with me. Nisa is a food critic. She goes around town and
that's right.
Yeah, and she tell you about, you know, where you should go, the food, great places to go.
You know what? I need to know that because I don't go out to eat much. So that's probably some information I need to know. I'd be cooking.
Yeah. So Nisa, we're gonna talk. Maybe we can have you to come on the show sometime and give us a segment on that.
Oh, that'll be nice. That'll be cool.
All
Definitely.
Right. Cool. That's what's up. All right. Well, thank you. Congratulations again. And we will be there on the 28th.
Okay. Yay.
All right, girlie. Bye.
We giving away stuff and everything.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to start doing a Cash App giveaway, too. So, y'all stay tuned, you guys. Y'all know I started Cash App giveaway on Facebook.
I remember that. I saw you do that.
Yeah, and I would put it out there, you know, for other people to put their Cash App name down, and then other people that put their Cash App name down to grab a Cash App. You know, grab somebody else and just keep sharing the love that way. And people now, they do it all the time, which is really cool. So I'm gonna start doing it on here live. Cash App giveaway.
Giving stuff away. I like that, Tina B. You all right.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
all right now who is this looking at me now?
You know what? You just may see him at the end of the month. I'm gonna just say that.
Okay, well that's what's up.
You just might.
I'm singling.
That's the new word, singling. Singling.
I'm singling.
Hashtag, if you in the comment section, hashtag singling. What up, though, Gank? I see you.
So what was your question? Oh, that was just your statement you was going to talk about?
That was a statement I was making. Somebody had a little inquiry. I said, you know, you got to shoot your own shot.
Don't shoot. You know what? Don't shoot me trying to shoot your shot.
I don't think that was a bar, though. Was that?
No, that wasn't a bar, but it was like, don't shoot me while shooting your shot. Just shoot your shot. People want to shoot you down. You know, you don't want to talk to her. You want to talk to me. Like, just shoot your shot.
I have a question. So, if a man approached you and y'all had some conversations, and you wasn't interested in him, and then he saw a friend of yours that he didn't know was your friend. He saw her out, talked to her. They had some conversation. They got together. Then one day, show up to an event, you and her together.
That happened to me.
Really? Mm-hmm. Oh, well, that ain't really a question.
It was
then.
the other way around. It was they had met before.
Oh,
but I didn't know him. Then I met him a week or two later.
Well, do tell.
And then
Give all
me
the
and him
tea.
started talking. She didn't like him.
Okay.
I found out later after me and him started talking.
Okay.
They went out maybe once. Wasn't nothing. She didn't like him. Never talked to him ever again.
Mm-hmm.
But then he met me a couple of weeks later.
Mm.
But me and him clicked. Like we hung out all the time. Went on trips. All kind of stuff.
All right, now, okay, go ahead.
And then she was like, kind of like, you try to talk to me. You know what I'm saying? But you didn't like him. You know what I mean?
So y'all had issues?
No, we didn't have issues, but it was just the fact that she saw us together. Then it had to be a point of, you tried to talk to me. But like I said, I never knew he tried to talk to her because I met him just on a humbug 2 weeks later. You see what I'm saying? We didn't know until she saw us together.
So who you think was the most uncomfortable?
She was.
Okay.
Because now it's looking like, it could have worked out. Whether she didn't like him, but then she saw how we got along. But it may not have been for her.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times you wonder, like, why? What he see in her? You know what I'm saying? Because
Really?
yes, because you be thinking like, what is it? But it may not. That person may not be for you. It may be for that person's walk.
You know, I got a question.
Oh my goodness.
This is so random. You know how you hear stuff all the time? People ask you something like the same questions all the time. Give me 3 things that you tired of people asking you or saying to you. That you, like, for instance, somebody want to come and be like, can I touch your hair? Like, don't you get tired of that? Give me 3 things.
I don't get tired of that. I don't have a problem with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's 3 things you tired of people saying or asking you? No matter what it is.
I
It
don't
could be
have anything though.
So you don't mind when people ask you anything?
No. Ask me
Anything.
anything. Don't ask me that. No, I'm just kidding. Ask me anything. I don't care.
Really?
Yeah, it don't bother me.
Okay, I don't really like people asking me a bunch of questions all the time.
You don't.
Like, I don't know if it's questions. I just think it's comments that people make. Comments, no questions, but comments. People make. And I'm like, stop saying that to me.
But
go on, Tina B, talk about it. We got 6 minutes.
That's what he said. But I'm just saying, like, as a man, like you said, you don't like a lot of questions. That's y'all issue anyway, though. Y'all don't like a lot of questions. Like you said, just be in the mix of doing something, cutting the grass, and just start talking. Roll your eyes again. Roll them again.
First of all, I don't roll my eyes. I look
that?
to the left.
And then look back.
Look to the left and look back. Let me give you one more time. Left.
But y'all don't want us to ask you any questions. Like you said, just be in a general conversation and get your point across. But to just be like, so where were you last night? And why you didn't call me? I thought you was going to call me back. And why you didn't, to ask questions like that, y'all just shut down.
You know what men don't like? We don't like all the multiple questions in succession because it feels like interrogation as opposed to somebody asking the question. If you ask 4 questions in rapid fire mode, we only heard 1.5 of them. The rest of them, we like, why? Like, why are you asking me all this? See, you know what?
I mean, we want to know that though. Like, so asking one question is okay?
All I'm saying is put some space in between your questions. Why are you asking all the questions?
So so if I ask one long question, where were you? Why you didn't call me? What's
You
going
know what?
on?
if you go ask that long question, I want you to write it down too.
Okay, that was
exactly. See, that's the remedy. See how you see what I did there, fellas?
Right. So
she tried it.
Okay, so let me ask you this. So y'all really don't like questions, correct?
We don't have a problem with questions.
Just one.
We don't have a
every hour? What? I mean, how long?
Questions in succession. Like you will ask a question and don't even give us a chance to answer before you ask 3 more.
Yeah,
like,
that's right.
Can I breathe? Let me catch my breath. Can I breathe?
What's your breath? With an
Right,
F.
like, we can't even breathe. Ask one at a time.
You so funny.
You know, I ain't got time for this foolishness team to be.
Let me give a shout out real quick. I had a photo shoot with Marcus Thompson over the weekend. Great shots. I have them, I think, tomorrow. So I want to give him a shout out. Make sure y'all come out tomorrow night at the Tavern on Camp Creek. We're having the Virgo party at 8 p.m. So make sure y'all come out there and celebrate with them. Also, my cover of my magazine, 13th issue release, is tomorrow as well, which the Virgo ladies are on the cover of that magazine. So make sure y'all come out and have some fun with us. Free event, you guys. Just come out. Come eat some crab legs. Karaoke. Hey.
You know what?
DJ ML. So.
I may come out and stay up past my bedtime.
Get you a nap.
Yes, I will take a nap. However, I think I can come get in the street with y'all.
You gonna do that?
Yeah, you know what? I might just go.
You might just do that.
Shout out to the Virgos, though.
Yeah, shout out to the Virgos, man. Big birthday going on as well.
I want to definitely thank everybody who has taken the time to watch and share the video over the past 4 weeks. This is our
fourth week.
This is our fourth week.
Yay!
And it's been growing.
It is.
And I can definitely speak for my lovely co-host that we definitely appreciate you guys.
Absolutely.
And if you do nothing else, tell somebody and share this video 11 times. And
if y'all want to advertise with us, as you see behind us, you got the advertisements going. Make sure that you reach out to either one of us. On me, ababtlb@gmail.com.
Harold E. Outley @yahoo.com.
And you can let us know if you want to. And then you can even see at the bottom the little ticker line going across. You can advertise on that as well. So it's a lot of ways to get your brand out there, your flyer or any event that you got coming up. Yeah, make sure y'all put that out there as well. And you can be a part of the show for the 2 hours that we're on. Is constantly showing, as you see. So we're really excited about that
I think we had a good show. You think we had a good show?
Yes, always.
I think we did. Y'all think we had a good show? Shout out to the guests. Tina
Shout out to Rhonda Thompson, Lorraine Trammell, and your guest. What's their name again?
Bert Thomas in Sedona Quarter.
Yes, I learned a few things about being in the chapters.
I would tell you to let everybody know where they can find you, but I already know what she gonna say.
TLA.
Airwell. TLA. Airwell.
TLA.
You can find me at Words Spoken by Mr. Outley. That is Outley. And on Instagram, Mr. Outley75. Again, on Facebook, Words Spoken by Mr. Outley. That is Outley. And if you misspelling of the name, it is on the screen.
It's on the screen. And if you need hosts or if you need a poet, make sure y'all reach out to us. We are ATL's hottest nominees.
We are.
Go vote at atlhottest.com.
Yes.
And the award show is going down December 2nd, I think it is, or December 1st.
Now tell them where we go be at next. I know we got something coming up.
October 7th?
October 7th.
Nancy Pizza.
Nancy's Pizza. We will be there.
If I'm not doing a fashion show, I think I double booked. But we'll see. It's In the Street with Tina B.
And Mr. Outley, what up, though?
Thank you guys so much for tuning in.
Peace.
And we are out.